In life, no one is immune from accidents, especially animals, and sometimes they simply need human help. Otherwise, they will not be able to survive alone. Thanks to kind people who are ready to do anything to help our smaller brothers. Meet a man named Cat and his pet raccoon named Loki. The story of their unusual friendship began when the man found a small raccoon in his yard. He was lying lonely and did not even move. Apparently, the little raccoon fell from a tree. A couple of hours passed, and his mother raccoon never returned for the little baby. Then man decided that the poor raccoon needed to be saved. Cat took the raccoon home and decided to keep him in her house. Little Loki was suffering from dehydration, parasites, abscesses, and other injuries when he was found, and most likely would not have been able to survive on his own. The man nursed little Loki with the hopes of eventually releasing the raccoon back into the wild. The man bottle-fed the little raccoon 5 times a day. The raccoon became very attached to his rescuer and simply did not leave his side for a step. The man and the raccoon became inseparable friends. As Loki grew older, the man made sure that he could roam the yard freely and could always go everywhere he wants, but Loki decided to stay with man. Apparently, the raccoon did not want to leave the man who rescued and raised him, and stayed with him, even though he was old enough to leave. Most animals naturally go to live in the wild and leave their parents. But Loki was a rare exception and did not leave, but on the contrary, was very attached and grateful to his rescuer. Loki lived happily with the man until his last days, which, unfortunately, came too early. The raccoon died a year after being rescued due to complications from a vaccination. Although Loki's life was short, it would have been even shorter if it were not for the man who saved him and raised him so that he had the freedom to do whatever he thought was right. Raccoons cannot be taken from the wild to keep them as pets, but Loki was a rescue and an exception. If you find an injured or orphaned animal, only then can you save it and help it grow until the moment it wants to leave. Huge thanks to the man who saved Loki and gave him a happy life until his last days.